On March 25, 2025, President Donald Trump made a significant move. He declassified documents related to the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation. This investigation had targeted his 2016 presidential campaign. The declassification order was vast. It included materials referenced in a January 19, 2021 memorandum. The only exceptions were redactions proposed by the FBI and information protected by court orders. This declassification sent shockwaves through Washington. Trump and his supporters hailed it as a victory for transparency. They believed it would expose wrongdoing within the FBI. Critics, however, condemned the move. They argued it was politically motivated and could jeopardize national security. The declassification ignited a firestorm of debate. The documents were immediately released to the public. News outlets and political commentators scrambled to analyze their contents. The nation waited with bated breath. What secrets would these documents reveal? Crossfire Hurricane was no ordinary investigation. Launched by the FBI on July 31, 2016, it focused on a serious allegation. The FBI wanted to know if members of Trump's campaign had colluded with Russia. This was a very serious charge. The investigation cast a long shadow over Trump's presidency. Key figures in the intelligence community played a role in Crossfire Hurricane. James Comey, then FBI director, oversaw the investigation. Former CIA Director John Brennan also played a part. These men were powerful figures in Washington. Their involvement gave the investigation significant weight. The investigation relied on information from various sources. One source in particular would become highly controversial: the Steele dossier. This document contained explosive but unverified allegations about Trump and Russia. The FBI used this dossier to obtain a FISA warrant. This warrant allowed them to surveil Carter Page, a former Trump campaign advisor. The origins of the Steele dossier were murky. It was later revealed that the dossier was funded by the Democratic National Committee and Hillary Clinton's campaign. The FBI had not disclosed this information when they sought the FISA warrant. This omission would become a focal point of criticism. The Steele dossier was at the heart of Crossfire Hurricane. This document, compiled by former British intelligence officer Christopher Steele, contained a number of salacious allegations. It alleged that Trump had engaged in compromising activities in Russia. The dossier also claimed that there was a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and the Russian government. Despite its explosive claims, the Steele dossier was riddled with problems. Many of its allegations were unverified or contradicted by other intelligence. The dossier's credibility was further damaged when it was revealed that the DNC and the Clinton campaign had funded it. This raised serious questions about the dossier's objectivity. The FBI's use of the Steele dossier in the Crossfire Hurricane investigation came under intense scrutiny. Critics argued that the FBI had been too quick to accept the dossier's claims without proper verification. They also questioned why the FBI had not disclosed the dossier's partisan origins when seeking the FISA warrant to surveil Carter Page. The dossier became a symbol of the perceived biases within the intelligence community. The revelations about the Steele dossier had a significant impact on the public's perception of the Crossfire Hurricane investigation. Many Americans began to doubt the legitimacy of the investigation. They questioned whether it was a genuine attempt to uncover the truth or a politically motivated witch hunt. The dossier became a lightning rod for controversy. As the investigations into potential Russian interference continued, concerns arose about the methods employed. Certain surveillance practices used during Crossfire Hurricane, particularly those targeting Carter Page, were deemed improper. These revelations ignited a firestorm of controversy. Special counsel Robert Mueller was appointed to investigate Russian interference in the 2016 election, including any links to the Trump campaign. After a lengthy investigation, Mueller's report, released in April 2019, concluded that there was no sufficient evidence to establish a criminal conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russia. John Durham, then a U.S. attorney, was tasked with reviewing the origins of the FBI's investigation into the Trump campaign. The Durham report, released in May 2023, concluded that the FBI lacked sufficient evidence to justify launching Crossfire Hurricane. The report was highly critical of the FBI, stating that the investigation was based on raw, unanalyzed, and uncorroborated intelligence. The declassification of documents by former President Trump added another layer to the ongoing saga. These documents, according to Trump and his supporters, provide further evidence of misconduct within the intelligence community. The release of these documents is certain to fuel further investigations and legal battles. Many believe the Russia collusion investigation was a hoax orchestrated by the Democrat Party to undermine Trump's presidency.